Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
The phoenix of the starry rises to reclaim its throne. 7 totems race towards terror, where one will reign alone. Against them rise the stewards of technology's lost light. A hidden army, entrenched and ready for the deadly fight. Start white painted war machines, stand ready, all eyes high. Oh wait, they're fearsome brothers of 3 centuries divide. Until Kaid Ball fusion torches the coming battle sign. A trial of possession for the future of man. The generals leap eagerly with sharpened claws. The cats see sacred visions from the sky they fall. The sharks hunt for glory for its true-born kin, while the bear tramples through the field, yet so cautiously. Life will soon come for honor and tradition, while the falcons sweep down to uphold Goretsky's vision. The wolves then house back against its enemy, while Concord brace themselves to extremity. The battle that has now begun is perilous for all. Cornstar will serve the clan in vain, how should they fall? If the clan should fail to triumph with the forces they have bid, for a generation they'll be halted. The line at 2K. Jaguars leaders fall in the gauntlet that they face. The Nova Cats visions turn to sabotage and change. The sharks survive due to warriors born free. The bear endures and marches ever on to victory. The vipers driven mad by mud and treachery. The falcon ends a draw through sheer savagery. The wolves fight as a pack and bring down its prey. And although Comstar won, they are howled as so. It has been one for the honor and one for finality. Steel and man facing down their mortality. For they are hardened warriors that shape the galaxy as they clash in the battle of Tukaid.
Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, dun, dun, dun. Good evening, pallets and mercs. How are we doing this evening? I do apologize about the slight delay. For some reason, my mic decided not to work. But that's, I mean, let's be honest, that's pretty usual. Let me go ahead and turn up the Star Citizen soundtrack, and we should be good to go. Soundtrack, the volume of the game. I don't know which is more important, but we'll find it here. Hopefully, maybe. Can we not have like 10 million tabs just to get the Star Citizen audio, please? It's like there's two different ways from the either settings panel or control panel just to get that fixed. Okay. Not forgiven. I mean, here's a couple of head pats, and or you can beam after that. Alpha, Nelson, it's good to see you. How are you doing today, pirates? Now, I did put that specific quest in the title for a good reason. This one has been one of my favorites to do. Legion of welcome in. Pure Tides, why so dramatic? I mean, as some were pointing out on Discord, I think Pure Tides is kind of going through the ringer over there, so I kind of get it. Study finds people are changing hairstyles more frequently. I mean, trends on TikTok burn like a firecracker. One day they're relevant, the next they're gone. Bitter VT, hello there. How are you doing? Saw you playing a little bit of what's the name of that game? I think it was A Long Drive or something. Cause I like you were going across the desert in a car that you put together. I remember seeing it. It was just like I don't remember the name. I'm back to work. What you working on, if you don't mind me asking? Pure Tides not earned the ability. Pure Tides not earned the ability to be so dramatic. I mean, I don't know. I don't make the rules around here. I just vaguely follow them. I mean, let's be honest. That's about the best you won't get. All right, we're gonna take that coffee cup with us because I am gonna need coffee. I assume that was mine. It's in my room after all. So, no, maybe another week. Do you use two screens while streaming? I do. So I'm trying to get this other monitor up and running. Haven't found the cord for it yet, but I do have a like USB monitor that I was able to use. So that was a nice find on that part. So Pure Tides, no, we are not doing that as soon as we start up the stream. No, we're not having this. Cat. Yeah, Pure Tides, let's not with that. Okay, so I'm trying to up my reputation with Balatica here, sure. Don't mind the command console or anything like that. We're not using that either. I just fat fingered the button and just absolutely messed it up because this keyboard is like really small. So, okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do ship and distress. Basically, I swear I clicked on the button. Contract unavailable. Okay, this shard is broken. And when I mean shard, it's like this particular server is just, it's cooked. And unfortunately, that's kind of what we're having to deal with the hot fixes. Okay, maybe I don't really want to switch because I know it says it's over server location Australia. No, I'm not in Australia, but that has lower latency than the US servers right now because I don't know. They just happen to. Been that way on a few servers today. Had to hop twice myself. Yeah, most of the people, it's either can't get their ship out of their hangar, or like literally you go to retrieve your ship and the terminal's just like, nah, we can't get ships up today. We can't get it up today. That's just the way that it is. And it's like, okay, well, thanks for trying, but I guess I'll hop to another server and see how that goes. Hello there, Alice. Alicia, something like that. How do you prefer to? Celine. Maybe we go by that. Yeah, sadly, Star Citizen is broken a lot of the time. Haven't played it much myself. It has been a little bit broken, but I enjoy it nonetheless. It is a bit of a... It's a bit of a mess, but it works very well. I do love that armor. That's the Palado armor, I think it is. I'm going the wrong way. Why are we paying train? Are we... Oh, they called the elevator. Good. I'm just gonna step into the elevator. I'm not gonna cause any problems. Had a buddy lose an Oscar for the longest the elevator. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Why do I don't think VoIP is on. I'm gonna check that real quick, because if anybody has to deal with my shenanigans, I prefer that they didn't. Okay. From mute, yes. I'm probably just like, what is this crazy girl on about? Something about chat, something about Twitch hype trains. Oh, because I need to address this as well from the Discord. So for Far Country, okay. For Far Country, for a live reading, Alice or Alyssa is fine. It's fun when the game does work. Also nice to see you streaming. I found your Battletech streams a few days ago. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've been kind of off and on streaming, mostly because I needed to actually sit down and get back to going daily again. And I think I can do that with like maybe an hour, maybe like just an hour or two every single day. But like I would love that. But I think the other thing was you know, I lost my train of thought, but I don't think it particularly matters. Okay, so do I want to go with the Cutlass or the... I think I want to go with my Cutlass, just because if I sit here and try to salvage this thing... No, thank you. You've had your holidays from Pure Tides, now stream. Look. Vacation is a strong word for it. Because like I was getting out of the Navy, right? And no, I don't agree with anything that they do. I just need a job and, well, need out of the town that I was in. And in that way, yes, they did help get me the fuck out of there. Remote small town, but yeah, I don't know. It was not a great time for me on that one, so I had to transition out of that job. into my new situation, living situation, and then make sure I was good to go on that one before, like, really getting back into streaming. Sorry for distracting you. No, you're fine, you're fine. Thank you for reminding me. So for Far Country, a live reading of that, right? Because I feel like a lot of people were saying that you wanted that. I shouldn't say this, but if we get 200 in gifted subs over the next like couple of streams, I will do a live reading of Far Country. That is there. I will honor that, but hello, I just came in here. Far Country live reading. Yes. Annika can read very well, so it's going to be quite the stream. We're just going to take our time carefully. Use the bookmarks, the letters don't try to fall off the edge of the page. For me, they don't fall off the edge of the page. I just miss, like, I will just mispronounce a word, or like I will miss a support word. For example, the or in or those sorts of words that kind of piece a sentence together. I will just straight up miss them in reading or writing something. I will miss those, and that's why you'll see 90% of the stuff that I will mess up. Anyways, I should probably grab the mission. Annika's a bit quiet, or the game's a bit loud. Probably the game. I'm just going to... Oh, where is it? Where is it? There's a volume mixer somewhere. I'm going to drag this to about... We're going to go with 37. So that should have dropped it by quite a bit. That's on screen. Perfect. I need to grab that mission. That was what I was gonna do. But then the audio mixing got in the way. Yes, a lot of my thoughts are out loud. Chesh, it's fine. Speaking of thoughts, how we doing on ammo?
Been needing
Glenetta,
someone to
thank you
clear
for
that one
the
out.
20 gifted memberships. To everyone who just received a membership, you have access to the Mad Cat and Arrow 4 emotes, as well as others. Please use responsibly, no blowing up other people's cats, and enjoy. 180 gifted memberships to go. I've made continuous lapses in my judgment. For this was not a good idea. This is not going to be a good idea. This group can manage. I have no doubt. I'll be reading that probably within 2 or 3 days. Throw Maddie at her. She can be hot. Look, if it's coming from my community, that's fine. It starts being an issue when the companies start throwing money, especially like, for example, what was it? Raid Shadow Legends or whatever. I forget the company that does it, but does that particular game, but just you start having companies like that tossing around money, that's when you start getting a little bit more questionable. Like, if somebody as like reputationally bankrupt as them can buy a spot in your show, that's when I start having questions. Not outright, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, but more, or it's not quite right. Ah, yes, the better helps and the such. Yes, every single company basically underneath the sun that advertises on YouTube. If you get an advertisement on YouTube, just don't bother. Don't engage with that product. Don't do anything with it. Unless it's like the only really ones that I can say maybe is like G Fuel, because it's like, it's literally just powdered energy drink. And even at that, it's like, you already have like the powders that you don't see advertised online that are doing well, so do you really need that particular one? My answer is probably not. Pure Tide says his own company, does he count? I mean, right now I'd be engaging more with the person instead of the company, so I don't particularly know. I would say no. But again, I feel like that's just a trap question, so what are you gonna do? Oh, also in the Star Citizen chat, which, you know what? We're just gonna slide that off to the left, because frankly, I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble if I show too much more of that. I don't know if the maid outfit is working, or like the switch part of it works. Currently, like, Mix It Up is having a few issues, but aha, we have found a ways. There's that, and then, yep, there it is. Yeah, we just do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. And like that. Perfect. I'm going to minimize that, and away we go. Also, where did the chat go? Come back here, YouTube chat. You don't get to escape my shenanigans. The only problem with this mission is that it is so far removed from anything else that it's a blessing and a curse. We're going to run out of quantum fuel quite quickly, and
quantum fuel is at 15%.
If you don't know what you're doing with the refuel ship, like yours truly, for a couple of days, you end up smacking into the fuel ship and blowing yourselves both up, and then all the parts are inside. Pure Tide's demonstrating how he is a complete spot on that. But those are rewards on Twitch. So does that really count? I don't know. I do not know, but
Quantum drive is now off. Shield system online.
but perhaps, maybe you are correct. Who knows? I believe that one's a little bit more questionable. And you know what's the worst? You know what's the worst version of the sponsorships? Can't you just let me be evil? No, because if I just let you be evil, then you'd be allowed to have that fun.
Contact.
And that's just not allowed, is that? is that they're pure tides. But the purest form of just like the, of that. 1 second. Alice, thank you. Welcome to the Lance Mates. You now have access to the Mad Cat and therefore please use responsibly, no blowing up other people's chats, and enjoy. The purest form of a bad sponsorship, I believe, is CSGO. Or CS2 even. Just all those loot boxes, all those knife skins you can pull from it, gun skins as well. There is still an entire ecosystem for those, but there was a part of it, the ecosystem, where you could get that skin that you wanted, but it had a slightly different variation that you couldn't upgrade towards before the patch a while ago. So if you had that skin, but it wasn't the right rarity, guess what? Back to the loot boxes, back to grinding out, you know, hundreds of loot boxes or buying them just for that one skin that you wanted. And probably you were going to sell that skin. And a lot of people did. And when Valve came in and patched in the ability to get that skin that you wanted at a lower quality, as long as you had a couple of them, you could upgrade the rarity on those. And overnight, that affected the industry so heavily that was some people's livelihoods just tossed out the window. Now, why you would center yourself around that, something very much fleeting, it's beyond me, but that's where I'm kind of like, there's something interesting going on with Steam that I know CoffeeZilla was working on. Cosmetics and games being a commodity is just so dumb. It is. I remember back in the day where you got a skin, you got a cosmetic. Forget this. This is gonna make me sound old. You would get a cosmetic or an armor set for beating the game. Maybe even on a harder difficulty too. Like Oblivion, for example, you get the, I forget which armor set it was. I think it was the Champion's armor set. It was like the highest form of gratitude that the Oblivion, like, the Cyrodiil capital could bestow upon somebody who helped the Emperor take out a very real demon. So just to see it kind of commoditized, is that a word? I don't know. Basically, you're selling the skins now is very unfortunate and will contribute to the end of the gaming industry as we know it, at least this evolution of it. Hello, One Pom Pom. Don't make it, don't say that makes you feel old. It isn't even that long ago for me, lol. I mean, yes, but we've been dealing with this since 2004 with the Oblivion Armor DLC. So, yeah, I don't know how to reconcile that. Valve are game developers, not economists. Analysts, not their fault. Oh no, I'm not saying that. I take that slightly back. I take that slightly back. So Valve is a publisher. They are game devs to some extent, but more publishers than anything else. The issue is that while they themselves are not promoting the loot boxes, it's a third party. They can take those skins and trade them off platform. Is almost like a casino saying, oh, well, we're not causing that sort of problem because we're not the ones cashing out the chips. The chips are being cashed out next door. Or you take the amiibo thing, like in Japan, you take the amiibo you got, I might be using the wrong word. Basically, it looks like a ball, basically. You get a ball from the casino, and then you take that outside to a third party, and then they cash that out. So it's like, yes, Valve is not technically complicit, but like, they're making money off that somewhere. And that's kind of disturbing. The Horse Armor DLC was terrible. It should have just been in the damn game. Like, what? Like, Horse Armor is like such a basic feature. It's worse because they don't control the currency. Yes. Yes. All players are setting prices and it is ridiculous. And that goes to Star Citizen as well when it comes to UEC in this game. Like, you have these components here that go for insane prices. It's part of why I'm doing these missions in the first place. But it's like, yeah, they may not be economists, but like, it's like, I hate to be graphic with this, but it's like, don't want to use this example. Sure, why not? Let's say in game, I decide to go up and I go up to this one person and be like, hey, I'm going to offer you 500,000 UEC to blast this other person. Just because I didn't do it doesn't make me any less complicit. And this, again, is in-game. YouTube, please do not confuse that. There is some context to that. But you get my point on that. And it's like, no, they don't directly do anything. No harm was technically done. It's that it's still there and still an issue. Please say hello there, Fear. Fear. I believe that's how you say your name. I do apologize if I mispronounced it. Isn't it, as a merc, isn't it your job to take somebody else's money to blast somebody? Yes, absolutely. Yes. Now you might say, oh, that's hypocritical, and it's like, no, I know what I'm doing. I am aware of what I am doing. And I do it anyways, because that's the whole part of being a merc. It's like, are you? Not, well, how do I explain this? I don't remember the term well enough to explain it, but that is a thing. So unfortunately, without that, I am forced to concede on that point. So, very well. You're a maid in a dress. Yes. I'm a maid in a dress, and guess what? P6 is still going absolutely through somebody's chest. And for reference, this P6 fires 50 PG. So. And at point blank range, I don't really need to be all that accurate. Because literally, it's, read it again. I said you're in a maid dress, not a maid in a dress. Pure tides. See what you were trying to say, but yes, you are correct. I'm dyslexic as fuck because I'm looking over here. I'm looking over here for a split second trying to see what chat's saying. You can do the John Ruth stick 35 grenades in the maid skirt, attaching string to all the pins. Why would I do that though? Like, no. Why would I? I'm not a coward. I'm gonna look my enemy in the face at least. Like, I'm going to at least engage them in some sort of honorable... Okay. I don't know how honorable you consider bullets and guns, but I'm at least going to have the courtesy of looking them in the face and being like, I'm using some sort of skill to defeat you in battle instead of I'm just going to randomly show up with grenades. Like, have some class. On one hand, you have to be more accurate. You just have to have more bullets. You don't have to be more accurate. You just got to fire more bullets. Autocorrect sucks. Yes, it does. All right, I think that was all the loot over here. Do we have the pickles? Drat, there are no pickles. But we did end up with coffee. So you know what? I think that's a good day. The class is in the throwing arm. You know what? I accept that. If you're out here just Hail Marying that shit with just giving that thing the good old, just give it some oomph with that throwing arm, total respect. Total respect. If you can huck that thing like a baseball, fair enough. But if you're just like showing up, no, we don't do that. We're more civilized than that. Who doesn't show up? Honors for the people with ego. No, it's not even that. Like, it's just like you can have honor to some extent and not be egotistical, right? To be fair, I guess I understand where I was wondering what was up because usually by this point I'd have 62% of the crew wiped out. Did I miss somebody? I'd straight up miss somebody. There's one more person here. In this area specifically. Where is he? I guess I'll continue on with the dungeon, see if I can find him. Oh, there he is. Damn, they left a rush. She's committing ship-aside. No, these are pirates, and they boarded illegally, so... And yes, I did take their stuff before coming through here. I'm blasting them. what I'm doing for now is legal. Or at least gray area. Haven't committed piracy yet. However, at least in the Star Citizen universe, wink wink,
Moving up.
I am down to clown, down to see what piracy is like. Because if the companies don't want to give us a good pirate game, we'll just make it ourselves. And she references Sunny and... I'm sorry, what? You wouldn't download a ship. I would 100% download a ship. And you know what's funny? You know what's funny about, you know what's funny about that? That ad's font is actually stolen. So for them trying to be like, oh, you wouldn't download a car, right? They actually stole the font and did not pay for the license to use it. And I'm just sitting here going, yeah, we're completely fucking justified. Like, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. And at this point, it's like, it's so beyond, like, it's like when you pay for something, you're not even getting the full thing anymore. You're getting maybe a portion of the game. And then you're supposed to buy microtransactions to speed it up for the cosmetics. And now for GTA 6, you have premium shops. And I'm just sitting here going, this is not the full game. If I recall, the music they used was also stolen. True. I don't know that actually for 100%, but that would be funny if that was true. Killing is a critter. I mean, these guys are just straight up pirates, so nobody gonna be missing them. All right, so we have a choice here. I can refuel or I can grab this ship. I think I want to keep mine just because I just want to keep mine just in case they're going to charge me a whole bunch to try to get that quantum drive back. I'll show off which one I mean in a second. Pirates or Merc's contract to hit that ship. So pirates were attacking the Caterpillar over here, and then I, the Merc, was tasked to go deal with that. So. And then I just casually stole. I guess it's not stealing since pirates are dead. So all's fair in love and war, I suppose. All right. We're not going to have enough quantum fuel to get back, so normally I would just jump to a station, but not really going to be able to do that. So I get to show off refueling. And literally without this, a lot of the stuff I'd be doing here today would not be possible. Commit insurance fraud. I mean, listen, that's rampant enough in Star Citizen. Basically, you take out a ship, you put it on the pad, or released out into space, right? And then you just take a salvage ship, and you just salvage your own ship. And the recycled material, you got the recycled material basically gets you extra money that wasn't there before, and then now, well, you have a lot more money than you realistically should have at that point.
Landing gear up. Landing
Okay, it's
gear
about...
down.
Okay. Okay, I just need to be a little slower for this section, so having lowered landing gear helps. Since they're dead, wouldn't that make it grave robbing? Yes, but it's I don't know about that. It's the dead of space. Nobody cares. They're pirates.
Docking initiated.
I don't know the legality of that, but
Docking denied.
I'm literally trying to just feel up. Please?
Docking denied.
What do you mean?
Docking initiated.
Please let me dock.
Docking denied.
What? Open exterior.
Docking initiated.
Oh, there it goes to the boom arm.
Docking.
Okay. I'm not sure what was going on with that. I'm gonna close the exterior. And we're just gonna hope that works. Docking denied. That was also a thing in Even Online before it went pay to win. You see, I don't see the point of that.
Docking complete.
Because on the one hand, yes, you get a whole ton of money, right? But literally nobody wants to go to war with each other because they went, ah, shit. That's a really expensive ship that I just got, and I don't want to blow it up, which is a reasonable thing, right? But now, since nobody wants to blow up their ship because it's worth, like, you know, $500-600 at
Let's
least.
go ahead and call that last doctor.
Everyone's like, yeah, no, I'm not blowing that up, and then not have any insurance to keep this thing, like, from blowing up completely. Like if they buy the ship, they do not get insurance for it. So if it blows up, that's it. For a $600 ship, you want to call Star Citizen a scam? No, at least Star Citizen gives you insurance, because when you buy a product, at least it has insurance. And I know that's the difference between saying, like, everything should be in game and you should have insurance, and that's that, right? But as it stands, Star Citizen at least has insurance. And as far as I know, I could be wrong, because I'm not as familiar with EVE Online, it doesn't have insurance. So if it blows up, it's done. You can't actually buy the ships, Annika. What do you mean you can't buy the... What? Huh? What do you mean you can't buy the ships? EVE does have insurance. Well, that's good to hear at least. It's not... What? Huh? What do you mean by that, Pure Tides? Where's the context for this? Also, Nero, it's good to see you. How are we doing today? I never thought Star Citizen would be released, but it's way better than Starfield. See, here's the thing. Starfield feels like it was AI generated. And I cannot shake that feeling. I'm not talking like assets. I'm talking the entire thing. From cover to cover, it feels like it was just AI generated. And it's like, and it's not even like raising my pitchforks like I'm upset about the AI. It's like, this just isn't good. It isn't good. Like, yes, angry pitchforks, AI is evil, which again, like my other post, we should be more concerned about companies than the tool itself. But here on the other side of things, I'm like,
Is at 75%.
at the other side of things, I'm just sitting here going, I don't know. Like, it feels like there was no love or passion put into the game, and decisions that were just completely baffling. Like, none of the weapons look good. They don't feel good to use. The Old Earth shotgun has the pump going further down the rail than it physically should go. How do you mess up basic weapons we've done for 20 years? No, 30 years at this point. The Remington has been done to death, and they can't even get that right. And it's like one of the 3 weapons that I would ever choose to use willingly in Star Citizen. The M1911, the Old Earth hunting rifle, and shotgun, and maybe like one of the, I think it was the AR-15 lookalike from the DLC. You can't buy the capitals with IRL money in EVE. That's interesting. I don't know how I don't know how to feel about that, because it's good that it's not up for sale, right? But on the other hand, it's like, what do you do in order to get that? Like, is it a lot more complicated and involves more purchases to try to build this thing, or is it just like, that's completely in game and that's it? The biggest issue that the game isn't even released yet. It's just a placeholder at the moment. I get that. My angle that was Star Citizen was in development hell and crowdfunding controversy. Thought it did better. Wouldn't be as good, but the game ended up being super good, thankfully. Oni-chan, it's all manufactured by players and traded by players. Okay, so it's a little bit more player economy, which we all know how player economies go. Large orgs make their own, then sell. To get a capital, you need to have an alliance backing you, and the current political landscape is stagnant, to say the least. Wait. So let me get this straight. In EVE Online, you have to not only be in an org, sizable org, and then on top of all that, you gotta convince one of these people to make you a capital ship. Not that you necessarily need it, because you're not gonna solo it like Star Citizen, but still. That's one step from that. In a bubble, that makes sense, and that's a healthy way to do it, right? I'm not knocking the idea. However, I'm knocking the outcome of that, because do you know how bad people are to deal with? It's going to be hell trying to get your own vehicle. Private players have risk to public contracts. EVE is dying due to players do not have them. Private players can get them. Okay. So, like, if you have a private server or something, you could do it. You either buy capital for a ton of money or work your way up the ladder of the organization and get assigned to one. That is... See, there's 2 sides to this coin. I like the fact that you can you can go either way and try to go and get your own ship or try to get assigned to one. I think that's a really good system on the surface. But like you said, the political landscape of all that is really bad. So I just... I guess the silver lining there is you can earn it by getting not sea bills in this case, but like you can earn your way to those ships. That to me is a nice thing. Basically, or ship them out, or just make it easier. Ultimately, EVE is entirely player driven. Everything starts and stops with the players. I love the idea, but that's also why I think it's kind of dying to some extent. Just, again, this is from an outsider, but the moment players get involved, it gets so bad. Because, like, when players interact with content, that's fine. But when they start setting prices, I want you to understand that for Star Citizen, the crafted P6 Archangel sits at about 15 million UEC. A normal P6 is looted for about 6,000. Like, you would only get about 6,000 UEC out of it. Now, the P6 I mentioned is like top of the line, top spec. This thing's crafted. Somebody spent a whole lot of time trying to either get it or to loot it, pirate it, or make it themselves. So that's my only issue, but I feel like it's a good idea at the start of it, but like, again, people are greedy sometimes. It's an acquired taste. I'm not saying that EVE is bad. I'm more saying that I'm saying I'm hesitant, and I'd want to see the landscape for myself on that one before I would say yay or nay to that. Plus many things, plus some costs. Some of the only rarest drops fetch stupid prices. I see. And the entry to make subcapital ships and basic gear is something you can do. Time and lack of life. Sorry if I come off strong, I'm 12. Hear that of the game. No, I quite appreciate the banter. I quite appreciate the banter. Like having like a good insight into the game and kind of having a bit of the record set straight as to how the game feels. Because again, I'm drawing from like stuff I've seen online and whatnot, so I've never quite played the game myself, so again, that's why I'm like, I don't necessarily know that for certain. That's why I can make strong references to Star Citizen, but not necessarily EVE. So I appreciate that. EVE has a spin-off. Bethesda is terrible in making guns. Even in Fallout 3, they had no idea how a gun works. Yeah, okay. And that's why I'm kind of glad that Obsidian... So, Obsidian is not taking Fallout, as far as I can tell, from what I'm seeing online. I don't think that's true. They're just allowed to work on it, and they're working together again, and from what I can tell, that's stuff being said online, but, or like, that's what's trying to be pushed on YouTube anyways. Oh, you can get a capital by stealing one. Okay. I like that. with in-game money, and there is an exchange rate. That's good, at least. The biggest issue is that journalists and outside people like to sensitize the game. The only reason we have IRL money conversation is because they have an item in game that can be purchased. I think that is true to a large extent. I think Star Citizen kind of suffers from that a little bit. I mean, they really just need to release the fucking game. Like, okay. The thing with Star Citizen is that this is a creative vision that's being pushed out. Like, this is an entire universe that's trying to be built, right? And in their words, it's not something that's necessarily going to be done. And my response to that as somebody in the community is just simply this. That's fine. You don't have to have you don't have to stop working on the game. You can just continue updating it. Just bring it to a position where it's stable, release it, just Star Citizen is released, and we're just going to continue to improve upon it. This still is one of the best space sims to date. And as long as they continue to work on it and build up upon it and just say, we are releasing, that is it, here's some bug fixes, and now we're just going to focus on updating. Like, more content, more stuff, just make sure all basic systems are good to go. Like with the Genesis system, that would work. People need to understand that Star Citizen is a side project. Squadron 42 has always been the main focus. You know what's funny is, we can play Star Citizen, but there hasn't, as far as I know, there hasn't really been anything as far as the Squadron 42. At least I haven't seen it, but again, I'm not as well. I may play the game a bunch. I'm still not quite completely ingrained into the community, so not as well as I am for BattleTech. So I couldn't fly a cap, so I had to ask an Alliance members who were Alliance looking for some. That's when we were distracting. I was asked to hot drop them in on our new training. It was great. Why do you got to do the newbie like that? Why you gotta do that to him? I remember first seeing Callouts' ship. This is my buddy shooting cluster with his Phoenix. Didn't realize that until the Citadel torpedoes. So, seeing Drake hit for no damage was silly. I feel like I butchered that sentence a little bit, and I do apologize. I think it's mostly because I'm not entirely familiar with some of the ships and whatnot, so I may have, again,
Thanks for taking the job.
They don't need remastering, they need finished. Okay.
Drive is now on.
Okay, going back to the Bethesda for a second.
Gear up.
New Vegas is complete. Like, I'm willing to say that. New Vegas was complete when it launched. It should have had a little bit of update to the Legion, to be completely fair. The Legion needed more love. Just in the sense of, like, as far as an enemy faction, they need to be fleshed out more, and that's that. I hung out on both YouTube and here, but I'm here because it's easy. That's good. That's good. Obsidian's going to be handling remaster of New Vegas and Fallout 3. That's good. They have some hope of being good. Fallout 3, you know, that's one of the few first-person Fallouts I haven't completed. I have seen the ending for it multiple times, but I myself have not finished it, so might need to at some point. Capital missiles were hilariously bad. I recall POS could signature tank them. That feels like me when I'm in the Constellation Taurus or Aquarium, something like that. The size 1 missiles don't do anything really to any of the targets because they just continue to miss unless you have the electromagnetic ones. But as soon as they hit the Connie, power system dies, or your ship just folds in half. Either way, there was ton of cut dialogue that you still found in game files. There was a ton of stuff they wanted to add. Yes, they needed to do that, and I believe some mods brought it back. But as it was, Fallout New Vegas, especially with DLCs, it's good to go. None of the Fallout games I would consider complete. They skip on a lot of quality checking. I would say out of all of them, all the ones that Bethesda or Obsidian worked on, Fallout New Vegas was the closest they ever reached that mark then. Because there was a lot of roleplay mechanics in there. They got the story. They got the story in a good spot, and the player had a lot more choices and freedoms over the other games. And I would say that even with 76 improving quite a bit. And the only reason that's a contender is because they brought more content into the game, what with bosses, raids, that sort of thing. But unfortunately, the basic systems for that were not good. So. Missile damage in Eve is an algebraic lesson. No, thank you. Nope. Anything beyond like Algebra 1, I was just like, no, please. Hit me with a shovel. I don't want a job where I have to sit there and go through algebraic expressions. I can do it. I don't want to. I really do not want to. Speed and signature affect missile damage. You can get around this with target painters and stasis webs. The fact that you need to target paint something like a POS to apply full damage. One cap was fit sad. Fallout New Vegas had cut dialogue. All the faction lines and the ending, you were supposed to have an option. Still play at the end. And the remasters, so-called remasters, are the same games, just re-released like Skyrim. Not the slightest bit interested. That's on Bethesda's side of things. I think. Okay, Pure Tides. I'm sorry, what? Why is there a cutlass out here? That's not supposed to be here. Okay. Well, we get to have a little bit of fun, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck it. Let's send it. Alright, so I might be a little bit focused here for a second, but... Oh, I'm not penetrating at all. I don't think... Ballistics are penetrating, which is nice. lighting up the hole at least. I'm happy about that. How am I placing? They're doing better. I don't know who that is. Don't really care. They showed up in red. We're just not, we're not having it. I don't know if this is NPC or another player, but that's enough of that. It's the loot. They're actually enemies. You know, that was a cutlass. You might be right about that. That might have actually been the loot. But normally for this mission, it's like right next to the ship. So I might have, no. Because there's the cutlass. Yeah, there's the enemy cutlass. That's supposed to be there for loot, so. I don't know what that was.
Landing gear down.
They aren't actually enemies. You know, I would say that you're right, but there's the cutlass that has the loot, so I don't know. Yes, there are extra ones nearby. I'd never seen one, like an extra one. All I'd seen is this one. Lesson learned, won't blow it up next time. Also, boss, bot account in chat. Oh, I see it. Scattered symmetry. Oh, count suspended or deactivated. Interesting. Well, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it at the moment. Were you scolding me and just stopped? I need jingle keys in front of you. No, look, I am dealing with like pure tides. I am like, I want you to understand something. There's like 2 or 3 different conversations going on. What with Bethesda Remastered, bot in the chat. Lots of Legion stuff was cut, actually, and that's why it feels so empty. There's supposed to be a companion for them too. And yes, Pure Tides, I'm getting back to you, don't worry. I would say, as far as the remasters go, I trust Oblivion, or Obsidian, excuse me. Obsidian with the remaster, because they were the ones who made the game. I feel like a remaster from them is going to be more, we're getting a second chance to do what we want to with the game and actually give the players what we intended. It's really going to come down to how much it's micromanaged by Bethesda, but there's a chance. There's a chance that it's going to be good, so. Either that, or they're just gonna whip something up real quick, send it, and that's gonna be that. I really hope they what? They don't add the Mr. House. It's unnerving to hear. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. I mean, look, you do what you want to behind closed doors, but I don't want to know about it. Like 100%, you go and do what you want to within reason, right? But I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that in my playthrough. Like, and again, I'm not saying remove it. I'm saying I just don't want to trigger that line of dialogue. And I can do that. You know, it's a crazy thing. And yes, I'm saying this because a lot of people would say, oh, just remove it from the game. No, I'm saying, okay, cool. That's not for me. I don't want to hear it. So guess what? I'm just not going to trigger that in the game. I'm going to tread along. Crazy thoughts, I know. It's like you can pick and choose what things you like in a game, and oh, we get shot up. Okay, we're doing a little bit better. It was meant if you played as female, let Mr. House scan your brain for. You know what? There are absolutely some girls that would be into that, and more power to you. That's not for me. That's not for me, and you know what? Full respect if you want to do it, but that's not for me. Speaking of remakes, I think the current issue with the remakes are the voices. Yeah, especially with the generative AI nonsense as well. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that goes for Fallout New Vegas. But feel bad for Mr. House. I'm gonna let him scan my brain if he gets at it. He has 2 robots already. Are they downstairs? They must be. They must be downstairs, right? Like, I hear you. YouTube, don't do me like this. Okay, there we go. I think everything's better now. Better. Something like that. Anyways, pop out, chat, and then... see, I'm gonna pause the playback just so it doesn't absolutely chew up all the available RAM, and then shove it over here. Shove the chat over here. Stream's better again. Excellent. Ads first. Stream for me. Yeah, they're good at that. If anything else, YouTube will keep you entertained with how many ads they can shove into your face. It's doing the Twitch thing where I gotta refresh the page. Yeah, I had to bump that one, but I had to restart the stream, so unfortunately Twitch, it tends to just like basically restart the stream. I use an ad blocker. Oh, I see. I gotcha. And that does sometimes mess with the web browser, but by all means, please use an ad blocker. I don't want people to have to watch ads if they don't have to, right? Like, I put them on, but that doesn't... Like, basically, I'm just trying to play ball with YouTube, but, like, at the same time, be like, there's an option here, and I prefer that you use ad block and then just, like, bot something. Like, basically, like, a lot of the musicians, I don't really want you to buy a ticket, like... Just if you bought a t-shirt, like that goes to support the artist more than like the tickets and whatnot for like a festival, for example, and that sort of thing. YouTube doesn't do it as much. Kind of surprised that you'd say that because YouTube's been getting bad about the buy something. Okay, no, that's not the point of this. Please, no, that is not the point. That is not the point of this. I'm just bad-mouthing YouTube, you know, the place that's currently giving me a place to stream and what. I don't know if bad-mouthing is the right word. I want them to be, I just want the platform to be better, you know? It's like, have a way of getting all this to work. Blue Nova, thank you for the 50 gifted memberships. To everyone who just got a gifted membership, you now have access to the Air Fort Irby and the Mad Cat. Please use responsibly, no blowing up other people's chats, and enjoy. And what is that now? We're at what is that? Something like, I think that's 70 or 80 gifted memberships. Oh God, I'm gonna be bringing a Far Country by the end of this week, aren't I? Just good evening, palettes and mercs. I made a bet that I didn't think was gonna go against me, and here we are reading Far Country. And again, thank you to Blue Nova for sending those 50 gifted memberships. I do appreciate that. All right, let's grab that last one, and then you challenged the denizens of the internet. What did you think was going to happen? I knew it was going to happen, but for content, I have to do the dumb thing and sound stupid on the internet. Because that's what that was. That was me being dumb. Okay, this is the arrowhead. Okay, let me see if I can swap that. No, it's just another arrowhead. Okay. Not as good as I thought. Far Country, I hear mixed reviews. Okay, so the reason I don't necessarily care for it myself is because I think the concept of them launching to a random set of coordinates and basically encountering the only like sentient alien species is an interesting concept. I'm not knocking on that front. It's the Draconis Combine being fucking assholes as they usually are is the part that I didn't like about it. Like, generally just degrading and kind of sexist towards females. And in that way, I'm not like, that's nothing on the author, that's nothing on the story itself. I'm just giving Draconis Combine shit, right? So this is not, I jokingly say that about Far Country. I think Far Country as a book is fine. I think the concepts and the way that they're written are fine. Hell, I even think that those, while that part I don't like, is well written into the book and into the Draconis Combine, so that is fine. My problem in-game is with the faction. Meaning that Far Country, in my opinion, I think the book is really good. I like the way that it's written. I like the idea. I like the story. My problem is with Draconis Combine and their old-fashioned ideals in that particular section, in that area. So no, what I really hate is the Draconis Combine, but that's nothing new. Draconis Combine is sexist and little genocidal. They quite literally attempted to kill everyone in the Federated Suns. I'm not surprised. Not surprised whatsoever. I mean, generally, they were the first ones to move in to the newly acquired area in the American Civil War during that particular time period. So, yeah, they've always been not great people. They are the best LARPers in the setting, to be fair. I mean, look, and again, I want to say, if you're playing as Draconis Combine or anything like that, I want to say that does not automatically mean that I despise you or anything like that. I want to be very clear on that front as well. I'm going to judge you as an individual person. Do you actually inherit some of those traits from the Draconis Combine, or are you somebody who's just level-headed and have your own reasons for fighting with them? That's it. I think that everyone deserves to have a little bit of nuance and like a chance to actually prove themselves instead of just being white labeled across like a faction. Like, are you actually doing this, or are you? Like, I believe everybody deserves to be judged individually in that regard. That's not LARPing. That's why I met Annika. They aren't really good. Great. I think I understood what you meant, but mining gadget. Oh, I see. That's an attachment, I think. Where did it go? Did I pull that into my hands, or did I toss that in there? I wouldn't know because I can't, I don't have that highlighted. Actually, no, this isn't set to armor, it's just set to... Where'd it go? I had a mining attachment and it just completely disappeared. Okay, well, it was free. Not a big loss there. Is that an attachment? You just happy to see. No, this isn't the strap-on you're looking for. It's just an attachment. Something, left side of the menu. Did I just straight up? I hear buzzing in my right ear. Is there type? Okay, I can see both storages. That's fine. Annika, you believe in honor. There's a drag waiting to be lifted. Lower, but... Okay, now you're confusing me, because, like, That's a battery. By the cross wrench. Oh, that went into... Why is it equipped? You're absolutely right. I didn't expect it to be equipped. I did not expect that to try to... I didn't even know that's something I could equip to my character. Interesting. Good. I had my phone. I did not check. Thank you. Pure Tide, stop blaming Nero over there. She's fine. Had it happen to me once. My friends asked me why I was phone was blinking for an entire session. I feel like there should have been a message there, just kind of like, hey, this item was equipped. But okay, is that like too big for my inventory, or is that just like Nope, we're just gonna pull that into hands, and then I'm gonna check these real quick, because I don't know if I checked them. I think that's... You hush, Pierre. Twitch chat's being Twitch chat. I adore that. Yeah, we'll see how much these sell for. I am not selling these. I'm not selling these myself. That's more the org that I'm a part of. They're off selling all the armor and bits like that. See how much it sells for, but I'm thinking the armor has a good chance of selling for something decent. I'm gonna take a quick second, just fill this thing up real quick before we leave, because I don't want to run into a mission, another mission where I need to use this thing and I just don't have enough material to, you know, get the power plant back up and running. Okay, you know what? I don't know what's going on, but we ball. It cannot be done. Pure Tides cannot be contained. Seem pretty contained in the assassin, but we will see. We will see. I am literally just... It's not pretty. This is not salvage. I'm actually trying to sell. This is more just like... I'm trying to fill up my tool before I head off. Okay, so we'll put that back in there, and then... Is that Pure Tides of 3 Roombas and a trench coat? Pure Tides has always been 3 Roombas and a trench coat. Why do you think he has an army of them? Yeah, it's just a trench coat full of Roombas, and the ultimate plan is to spread the Roombas all over the planet and unite it in a singularity that becomes the Ultra Roomba. I'm not in the assassin. Look, I let you out of the assassin. We need more rocket launchers for the assassin. Tell you what, when we buy the charger, guess we can do it tomorrow. When we go back and get that, when we go back, we can definitely get the charger, get the rocket launchers for the assassin, shove them on there, and send it into battle. Does that also count for generic Roomba? I think so. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. I need beacons. I need fuel, because my guess is I'm not making it back across the system. The unfortunate thing is Nyx is just
Wanted to let you know that everything checked out.
Nyx is
Consider the
bad
contract
about
complete.
long distances, even with a better quantum drive. It's still not necessarily great for trying to get to places efficiently or have a lot of quantum fuel for anything smaller than, I don't know, maybe a size 4. Size 4 below, and you're gonna struggle to get across the system. Cute, you let me out. It has nothing to do with Pure Tides. Has a copy of your homework files. You'll never. Oh, what were you trying to say here, Pure Tides? You will never you will never pass that class without it. Pure Tides. Oh no, the horror. You mean the class I'm not a part of right now? Or the homework that I definitely did do. Okay, I just need to back this up a little bit. Docking permission. I'm a bit... Huh? Okay, yeah, it's going for the port on top. I gotcha. Someone needs a reset, Pure. Back to factory settings. Damn. All right. Let's see. Landing, confirm purchase.
Quantum fuel is at 100%.
All right. I need to take a quick break. That said, I'm going to be heading back to the Visky here. The Vesky, excuse me. But I'm just going to make a quick pit stop in the middle of space. Surely the Cutlass has something I can... And don't worry with it. Just gonna drop out in space, and then I will be right back. So, kickstart the music, and then... Okay. Sorry about the wait. Let's see. There's the chat. Just got back 4 minutes ago. What did I miss? Not much. I just got back from a mission and I had to make a quick pit stop on my way back to vb.jumpworks over here.
Quantum drive is now on.
I think I want to do a different mission for the next one because there is the data retrieval mission. I haven't played that one, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Failed Alchemist, hello. And also Mira, thank you. Welcome back, thank you. How's my favorite pilot Noshi doing today? I'm doing good. Just playing some Star Citizen. Doing a couple of missions and just really just hanging out with chat, having a grand time. Assassin melee build with all rockets is quite usable. I mean, especially with 3062, you get the rocket launcher 40s, 3.5 tons, something like that. Slam both into the assassin. It's like that one. I don't know what your enemy did to deserve 2 rocket launcher 40s directly to the back, but if that's what you need, that's what it can get you. And the basic equivalent of that's going to be, I think it was the MRMs for MechWarrior Online. I mean, you can do rocket launchers, but I think the MRMs work a little bit better. Might have been the SRMs. I don't remember. But you just load a whole bunch of them into the, I think it was the Javelin, actually. You load it into the Javelin, you get it right behind an assault, just kaboom, and then, well, you're out of ammo for the rest of the match. So go cap point or just go sit in the corner and think about what you did. Forgot there's a Gundam movie where a guy builds a million flying buzzsaw drones and plans to destroy Earthnoids with them. The Spanish dub is super funny. That sounds like a B-rate movie, but it's probably better than anything Marvel's put out for a long time. Ever since Endgame, they've had very few hits. Like, I'm gonna be real, it should have stopped with Endgame. I'm just like, the Marvel Cinematic Universe went from, like, it kind of had its giant conclusion. And if you want to, you could just have like a director's cut and be like, we're gonna tie up all the loose ends, all this sort of thing. Or at least continue on like comics or something, because the story's complete. Like, you can try to tell the story after that, but like, try to explain some of the aftermath, but that's kind of like what if territory. Hey, Vivid, guys on Twitch, give her the Twitch equivalent of a gifted sub. We only need 130 more to force her to read Far Country. Oh no, this is not going to turn out well for me. I am making food. Ooh. I'm going to be making some food here in a little bit. This stream is going to be shorter than most, but I do want to get back into streaming daily, so probably going to hop off here in a little bit, make some food, but I do want to get back into streaming daily. Not gonna lie, the true anime movie, anime B-rate movie, Sherlock, go watch Macross 2, Do You Remember Love? Now that movie is wild. I've never heard of that one, but might give it a gander. Pure Tides is in perpetual pain. But why? What causes you this pain, Pure Tides? For I am confused. I am very confused as to why you'd be in perpetual pain. The ending is something. Like, technically, the sunburn I got from... My sunburn I got from traveling across country should have put me into perpetual pain, but... This one's been... Yeah, this one's been kind of rough, but... Ended up being somewhere near a second-degree burn, just straight up the arm, so... That's what you get for going cross-country and having your AC go out. That was fun. Pain is caused by a lacophonica reading Far Country. Oh, don't worry, I'm sure that's gonna happen very soon. Probably should have put it higher, but I didn't want to make it like... I didn't want to make it obnoxious. You know, it's like... I know I'm in pain, but still all I did was fall down the other day. Yes, well, that might explain a few things. Ouch. Oh, well, if you want to know his pain, I've got 2 broken fingers and a dislocated thumb. It's not from the car accident, fissure in spine. Today I found out that the nerve damage in my knee is most likely permanent from the car accident a few weeks ago. Yeah, I was wondering if that's what did it. I'm sorry. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, like that's gotta hurt. I don't care what universe you're from. That's gotta hurt. Alright, we're just gonna pull in here real quick and just, what the... Why? You can't park there. Let's go inside before they... Okay, little too fast. We're fine. Everything is fine. I'm just gonna put this right over here and just fling the parts out there. He's strong. Don't... I mean, I can't say anything. I can't say nothing to that, so we'll just leave him be. Apparently you can park there because they are parked there. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should. Your scientists wondered so hard at whether they could. They did not ask if they should. And the answer is fuck no. We don't need to be teleporting halfway across the universe yet, and we've still barely made it off the planet. Like, literally, we haven't set up a base, and theoretically, we could teleport somebody. Now, technically, it's a recreation of you on the other side, and none of it's actually you, it's just a clone, but we can technically do it, and that's kind of scary, and I just, look. Normally this would be somebody going, or like somebody older going, I don't like that thing, but I'm looking at teleportation in that regard, and I'm just like, I want nothing to do with it. I want nothing to do with it. Not because, oh, new technology bad. No, it's more just, you're making a flash clone of me on the other side, and that's, like, that's not my body. Technically not even the same processing memories, that sort of thing. We can populate the universe with an army of pure tide cliffs. Good news on the teleporter worked. Bad news, turbo cancer. Oh, and you're inside out. Yep, that's, oh, and that's another thing with, flash clones. Right now, they're not technically viable yet, because basically by the time you're in your teens, early teens, basically, if I understand the reference material correctly, essentially your body just goes, I don't know what to do anymore, I'm just going to self-destruct. Like, your DNA is deconstructing on the spot. Similar to some substances, essentially. I don't know if that's entirely correct, but essentially something to that point. Teleportation would be cool if it's like Star Trek, but other than that, it would be scary. I'm so good. I'm like, look. Like, look, you want to send me down in the, rescue capsule, the little shuttle, like the Star Trek shuttle that they have? Perfect. I love that.
Thanks for picking that up.
That's great.
Launch complete.
You want to throw me through the teleporter? No. No, I'm good. Because not only does it have a myriad of the issues I just said, I don't want a company having an imprint of my entire being. I don't trust them with my information, let alone my body. So, like liquids, like Solid Snake, basically. No, Star Trek is scarier because you can switch off the safety and just teleport into glass shards into somebody's brain or lungs. I mean, you certainly can. It's just, yeah, no. We are... For being the most intelligent species on the planet, we're sure coming up with technologies that would absolutely wipe us out in an instant. Or worse, a smart fridge. Oh, God. Can you just imagine you're walking down the street just minding your own business, walking your dog, and all of a sudden you just have a smart fridge just teleported into where you are currently standing. You just get, well, you basically get xenomorphed by a smart fridge. I don't know how to say it that's any better. Yeah, just leave the safety on. So, I want you to understand something. The way that Twitch handles announcements are like, basically like the people who are supposed to be like towards the top, it's all manual. And most of it is on an Excel sheet. Like basically, this person is to be promoted at this point. The back end is basically Excel. Now, I say this because you're trusting the safety of this technology to a company that's most likely to use outdated software or just some really questionable and kind of janky ways of trying to make that particular thing work, whether it be software, whether it be physical, like hardware, for a teleporter. I don't know if I am comfortable with that, and that's mostly why a lot of companies don't show you the jank back end, because once you realize that illusion just kind of goes, how the did any of this work in the first place? LMAO, I will become refrigeration. My drinks will never be warm. Yeah, it's funny as hell that Excel sheet is keeping it together. I honestly think it's kind of funny, but I just, like, I get it, but at the same time, like, that's really something you do not want other people knowing, because that opens up a myriad of issues. But I think it's funny in a vacuum. TF2 has the same thing, but PNG of a tangerine. Yep, and Team Fortress has the, I think it was Team Fortress 2. I think you might be referring to, I think you're referring to Team Fortress 2. I thought it was the coconut, though. I thought it was the coconut. I swear to God, it was the coconut. Unless we're thinking two different things. But, yeah. Imagine your teleporter is held together with rubber bands. Basically, it'd be the one that you build in Sanctuary that you're basically forced to build in Fallout 4. Just, yes, we're going to put a bunch of scrap together. And these engines that have no right actually working, because where's the fuel source? Like, what are... Huh? Like, I think one of them was supposed to be a turbine, which is fine. Nuclear reactor. Sure, I guess. Except for the fact that the fusion cells either really should be working forever, or how did they even survive this long? So you can power your fusion reactor. Anyways, yeah. In the industry I work in, the answer is actually zip ties. We use a lot of zip ties in the IT industry as well. Technically, I'm not a part of the IT industry anymore, but I was. Yeah, I was for about 4 years, and then now, well, I'm a VTuber. I love how I went through all the trouble to get my certifications to, like, basically, short of getting a degree, had everything I needed to go into the IT field, and I was just like, I want to become a VTuber on the internet and say dumb things that makes everyone laugh. Some of them more damaging to my career than others. How was the Far Country reading going to work? Reading on stream? I think reading on stream is going to be the best idea. Just we pull up a stream, I read a chapter or something, and then we go play something later on, or just that's it, stream. Like, it's just, yeah, nothing too complicated. Just open a stream, read a book, that's it. I think that's a really good way to do it. Now I'm assuming this space is going to start blasting at me. I'm assuming so. I don't know for certain. I don't think most of these bases have much in the way of anti-air, but we'll see. Yeah, if it starts shooting at about... We should know about 3 clicks out. whether or not we need to turn around or if we can just land there, pick off any of the people. Let's not forget the old Kaddish. That's what I'm going with. In League of Legends, who had so many game-breaking bugs, a whole book was published. It's League of Legends. What did you expect? They were too busy. Making the $1,000 skins and not enough time developing characters or making sure that they didn't get completely screwed over in the next update, because there was a couple of them that just, their backstory just got completely screwed over. That was way back before any of that, Annika. I didn't know. I was generally just giving LOL shit. But yeah, I would love to be a VTuber. And I think it's quite fun doing this. I seem to fit naturally into it. And I love just running about in these games and blowing stuff up, talking to chat, and just generally having a good time. I think as far as the anti-air, we're good. Yeah, normally they'd be shooting us about now if they had any anti-air. It's kind of like how the German weather system works. If rock is wet, then it's raining. If it's snowing, there'll be snow on top of it. Hurricane, some stuff might be tossed around. Tornado, rock is gone. Kind of the same concept with the ship. Although I'm not going to rule out that there aren't going to be any people down here, so prepare thyself for combat. It's one character that couldn't be coded right, but if he's taken out of the game wouldn't work. The age-old conundrum. After 10 years, this character is finally rebuilt, and the bugs in the broken code ceased to exist. Okay, Pure Tides, I gotta say, you give me a lot of flack for my dyslexia, and then you go put stuff like that. Like, cease to exist. I know I'm being pedantic, and I apologize, but still, I've got to do it too. I see how it is. I see how it is, Pure Tides. I see how it is. Let's get out of here. Now I've got dyslexia too, you blonde bat. I mean, look, okay, that drink was not mixed well. At least I know where all of it went. Oh, shit. Yeah, it'll be fine. So, locate the server. I'm assuming we just go down the elevator and they'll send us. Locate server. Error 404, server not found. Is that code for the stream has been hit by the power of YouTube's ban hammer for all of the things I've said today? Entering outlaw controlled territory. Please proceed at your own risk. I got me a rifle. I got me a med gun. Oni-chan.exe has stopped working. Stream is working for now. I mean, hello. Is anyone here? Leaving private property. I don't know. This seems to be pretty, private. Also... Uh-oh. Is that a bullet? No, but there is somebody over there. I see you. Alright. Possible civilians in the area. Might have to take this a little bit more seriously. Fun fact, Annika is Puretide's phone's... Annika is Puretide's phone's Sleeming Screamsaver. Screamsaver, huh? Okay. This is dumb, but... Hello, I am here. Acknowledge me. Self-defense, you saw it. You saw it. He pulled a gun on me. Not that I... Okay, to be fair, I was brandishing a weapon in hostile territory, but I wanted to see whether he would pull a gun or not.
Laying down covering fire! Someone wants to toss.
I think a lot of that just went out the window anyways, so it doesn't matter. Give me this, please. Are you... Please. Please work. Thank you. Perks of the med gun. It is really powerful, and I can reload it. Thus mean infinite heals. Sad part. It also kind of breaks sometimes.
Bring it! I got you! Go! Go!
Bad place to be. Bad place to be. What is hammering me? Does he have a killjoy? Annika shoots self-defense after wave about an arm. Waving it about and other armed people who may have felt uncomfortable. I mean, okay. To be fair, they are hostile. However, I want to make sure that they were armed. Because sometimes there are civilians in these areas, and I don't want to. Like, if you're just a civilian, I'm not about that, but if you're an actual pirate, that's another thing entirely. On my mind, at least. Okay. Again, this, despite it being a sniper rifle, it's might as well be a battle rifle for me, because that's the ranges I usually use this thing at. So if I tend to miss a little bit, that's why. Nehaha, skill issue, something like that. I don't know. I feel like that's what Jaskin is saying. Bring me the grenade launcher. Actually, I have more ammo for this. I don't want this. I have ammo for this. Where's my grenade launcher? There it is. Hello, Pineapple King. How are we doing today? How are we doing today, pilot? CMK, you as well. I'd be hostile with somebody pointing a cat into you. Well, okay, this is hostile territory, but again...
Letting him escape is unacceptable, damn it!
Beware. Beware moraine. Beware the moraine pie that these people should have given me. Ow.
You got it! Okay, let's do this.
I don't know if that was just me, but that didn't do a whole lot. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. Telling me that's a grenade launcher? Okay, I need to grab something off the floor. Actually, I'm gonna switch over to that other rifle that I had. Quickly. Okay.
Where the hell did they have gone?
I'm gonna put that into my backpack, put that away, and then
Letting them escape is unacceptable, damn it.
we'll just grab this for the moment.
Did they fall into a jump point? Where the fuck did they go?
That's why. Because I need a weapon now, and I kind of used to the other missions where I don't have to stock up on ammo as much, so
Guess we're fighting.
I'm kind of
I'm hit.
kind of having to just grab whatever they have and just
Yeah, I got ya.
kind of go for it. So
You
a
got
new
it.
weapon is needed. Yes. Good. Gonna board and scrape some
Can't
chips.
find him anymore.
Excellent.
Yeah, you owe me though.
Okay, where are they? Because I think they're downstairs.
You got it. Gone now.
Hello. Hello. Where did that extra damage come from? Was there another one that I didn't see? Let's check the area again. I'm not seeing anything. Doesn't necessarily mean that they aren't there. It just means I don't see
Keep
them.
moving. Tire
Thank
yourself
you.
up.
Well, hello there, fella. How are we doing today?
Something's up. I'll get to the
Data
bottom of it and let you know.
Data drive. Get that. I'm assuming this is... I have an appropriate...
Letting him get away.
Insert.
Letting him get away
Insert
like
the data drive. Is that not what I was...
Did they fall into a jump point? Where the fuck did they go?
Was that not what that was for? I put the data drive in there in order to do the mission. Sorry, this is my first time doing this. I just... okay. I have it in my inventory. I can put that into my hands and then... Ah, it wasn't in my hands and it wanted me to have it out. Okay. A little clunky, but I appreciate the sentiment and trying to make it a little bit more interactable than anything else. Ooh, this is the bullpup. This is the bullpup that they added. This is the Q7. This is the bullpup. Currently, it has no attachments. I don't see any, at least. No attachments on this one. I don't have any. We might have to go and get some attachments for it later, but yeah, let's give it a shot. Get me out of my inventory, please. Hey, Star Citizen, you good? Because I can see into the void of the night. And it's a good thing I have a helmet on, because I am not entirely sure if it would give me the good graces of atmosphere. How goes Star Citizen? It goes well. It looks good. It does. Like, I do appreciate the, I do appreciate this. Hello. What have we here? Okay, these are individual ores. Not worth taking, I don't think. Now, if that was quality, like, that was closer to like 500 to 700, absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm just asking questions later. Actually, most of the time when it comes to pirates, I just don't ask questions. I'm just a merc. I'm here to do things, not play. Is that a gold? Oh, this is the infantry. This is the infantry version. I do like that livery. It looks really good on this one. It gives it, it reminds me of the Marines, It reminds me of the Marines pattern, camo pattern for the, I want to say it was the M16.
I got you. Go, go.
I might be wrong on that one, but actually, no, that was more for the uniform, not the rifle itself, at least. I'm getting things confused. Kinda want that. Give me the... Why can't I have that? Paladin helmet. I do want that at least.
Letting him get away like that.
I do want that for myself. It's wearing his anti-explosive cream that he got off of eBay, and for once it actually worked instead of all the other links that he clicked going through the internet. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping this rifle. I love the look of it. What do we got in these tall boxes? These tall boys, what we got? Hello, Radiking. How we doing today? Just lurking? I getcha. I getcha. You have yourself a good day, though. Very tired. Please come and relax. I am just casually blasting people as I do for these merc contracts and just having a good time. Pure Tide just wears Old Spice and still no maidens. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Most of those spices, like most of those like smells, I guess, aren't really attractive. I just straight up, or at least I kind of smell it and I go, doesn't do anything for me. And I think that's a lot of women's takes as well on it. It's just like, it's not bad, it's just, it smells generically what a lot of guys smell like. It's almost the same situation with like Axe, for example. It's like every boys' locker room has that because it was a staple, and then it's just like, it just doesn't smell as good anymore. I would say on top of that, it's like, what is it? Does anyone know what a pine tree is actually supposed to smell like? Because, like, that's what some of these flavors basically come out to, and it's like, I'm just curious, like, outside of like a natural forest museum, does anyone know what a pine tree is supposed to smell like? Smell vanilla or smell bad? Yeah. Or at least like a different scent. What is this? I think it's new rifle time. I think we just found ourselves a new rifle, except for the fact that I have like 10 million different rifles in my inventory. Shoot. There's nothing particularly special about that P6, so if I have to drop it, so be it. I prefer to drop the Arrowhead, though. Oh, that's a drag shotgun. Oh, good gravy. Can I have a look at this, please? Doesn't really want to inspect. Okay, there we go. What? Okay, well, first off, I'm a little concerned with how big that magazine is for the entire shotgun. Because keep in mind, this is a solid brick. And I don't know if I trust that sheet metal to contain the blast of 12 gauge or higher. Or lower, technically, still. What is this going to be, like 12 gauge and like buckshot, essentially? Oh, and with it being so small, you're just going to see a giant fireball at the front of this thing. Shotgun might be nice. Oh man, it's a bit rusty. Oh, it definitely is. It's seen better days. But, I think the handle's a bit optimistic. Yeah, optimistic is the word I'm going with. This is something you're armed with if everything has gone to hell in a handbasket. And for that, I will give it a shot. I don't think it's going to go well, mind you, but I'm willing to give it a chance. Let's see here. I am really not impressed with the grenade launcher, so it's going back into my inventory somewhere. Probably have to put the shotgun into my backpack once this is all said and done, but should be fine. Now that's a scrappy shotty. I approve. I love the smell of pine. Yeah, allspice is like axe. It's pellets. 12 gauge is not all that powerful. I mean, if the lead pipe can handle 12 and 20 gauge shots, this can. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna say a definite maybe on that one. Okay, go up to the pad. I had to put down my weapons, so into the backpack it goes for a little bit. So unfortunately, it made me put away my weapons. If you went to a farm to get a tree for Christmas, you know that pine smell? I love that one. That one is good. That one is good. That one I will give you, it does have a smell. But I will also say that you have to have that many trees to get that smell. And now you want to put that on a person. I think that's way too much pine, if I'm being honest, but that shotgun is more likely to kill people through tetanus than being a firearm. Yes, but that's why we love it. Okay. Thrusters are offline. Thrusters are online. We're good to go. Yeah, I love how it's like deliver the data drive halfway across the system. Oh, keep in mind that technically you wouldn't want to call in for field here, but I got no choice, so. Yeah, don't worry, I'm supposed to be super stealthy and make sure that the drive gets there as quickly as possible because it has sensitive information, and I'm gonna call for a fuel tanker because I can't go anywhere without fuel. This thing only has like 1,800 I think it's before it runs out of fuel. So basically, one maybe 2 jumps across system, and that's that. Annika is good at keeping an eye on her fuel. Yeah, because I've been stranded out in space a handful of times, and do you know how difficult it is sometimes to get a player to find you?
Landing gear up.
It's darn near impossible sometimes without having like a party invite. It might be darn near impossible to find a player because there's no rescue beacons anymore. And it's mostly just the fact that I've played this enough to go, I probably don't have enough fuel for what I'm doing, so
Docking initiated.
we'll see. Might need a moment.
Docking denied.
Okay, we'll just give it a moment, I guess. I don't really know what I don't know what specifically makes it work unless I just get a little bit closer and then it deploys. I'm not entirely sure. Most of the time, okay, there it goes. Hey, and then it just auto docks, and that's good. Elite Dangers had a player group called the Fuel Rats that went out to rescue people. I've heard of the Fuel Rats. I have heard of them in my travels. Uh-oh. What? No, that... Oh, stop it. You're gonna get us both killed. It's right up there. The port is right up there. Please just give it to me. Okay, thank you. All I wanted was the fuel. Docking. Oh my. I'm also getting the bug where I'm blacking out. I'm blacking out in my cockpit while I'm trying to get fuel. And the ship just disappears. I don't know. You ask me to know, and I knoweth not. Phrasing. Yes, phrasing.
Is now on.
And I hope somebody clipped that. Speaking of smells that are good, go to perfume by the name of Kate Spade, New York. I don't know. Isn't that... I feel like that's sarcasm, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I feel like a lot of the mainline, like headline branding, like perfumes, are usually the ones that are like the most expensive in town, like a rip-off. It's a good perfume. Okay, I didn't know. Because again, I hadn't heard of that one in particular. Sorry, when it comes to celebrities, sometimes I don't expect the greatest quality. It's literally one of my favorites. Okay. I see. It's pure tides. Stop it, you're going to get me in trouble. That went out to rescue people. See, I'm glad that there was a group for that, because Star Citizen still somewhat has that in the form of like some of the medical orgs, but generally when it comes to rescues, I feel like a lot of people just don't do it anymore because when you die, you retain your gear and you can just get the insurance for your ships. So honestly, if you die, there isn't too much penalty for death. Unless, like, you were hauling... Like, the items that you have equipped are saved. The ones in your inventory and the ship inventory is not. But your items are still good. So, still get the ship back. You can still get your equipment back. So, I feel like that kind of killed any of those rescue orbs because essentially a player is just going to, they're going to press backspace and they're going to end up back in their chosen destination. So with their items, they just claim their ship and that's that. Which I feel like, I like the fact that we keep our items on death, but I feel like it also kind of detracts in that way. I don't want it to go back. I just think it was an unfortunate consequence. Your guns are safe unless somebody revives you, then melee knocks you out again. I didn't know that. It's interesting. I just don't feel like I run into players all that often. Like outside of like the main hubs. The only time I see players is if I happen to fly by them. If I head to an orbital marker instead of like heading directly to a place. Yep, they can do that and loot your guns. I would just be like, okay, you took a P6, which was common loot. Like, maybe once I get the more upgraded guns, sure, but for now it's like, oh no, you took a P6 sniper rifle that I'm gonna get back in the next mission anyways. Now, if I had a 15 million UEC weapon, like some of these are, especially when it comes to like 900 quality or higher for some of these rifles, yeah, I would be upset. I have 0 attachment to a person's name. All I care about is scent, and I definitely recall. Recommend it if you can get it, but they don't have the small sizes since it's 1/3 of an ounce for $30, where 60 gets you a full 1.3 ounce. I might have to see about that perfume, because I've wanted the perfume for a while. I've not played Elite in years. I played with a group known as the EIC. We smuggled a lot of onion heads from the Kappa. I mean, you know what? Whatever pays the bills, I guess. I don't know if I like smuggling eggheads across the system, though. Technically easy work, but I mean, it's like, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting, like, to see some of the things that they're working on, but for the most part, I just want to relax as I'm like cruising through space and just trying to get them from place to place. Not getting caught is a bit of an art form. Oh, I'd imagine. I would imagine. That's why I don't do I don't do smuggling for this game, but technically it used to pay well for this game. But anymore I'm not entirely sure. Like, there's no easy way to get information usually about some of these missions unless you go to like the live tools, which they work great for missions, but I don't know about some of the individual items and whatnot. But let's see here. Let's get inside and we will go deliver that drive. Although it would be nice to try and do some of that. Like, I don't know how well it would pay, but back in the day, it very much did. It very much trying those sorts of commodities at like Brent Hex, and I think there was a scrapyard or two where they had terminals that basically were no questions asked sort of terminals. But again, trying to get into that sort of thing is difficult because I feel like some of that information is kind of not readily available for Star Citizen, so. Fortunately, I'm gonna have to look into that and see if there's anything I can do on that front. I wonder how that would even work for stream, like, I do wonder how Twitch staff would react to that, just kind of the same way, like, I guess Payday 2 works out. I'm sure there's a lot of moderators just sitting there going, like, we should be upset at this. But I think at the end of the day, it just kind of gets hand-waved a little bit. I don't know what was going on there. I don't think I pulled that many G's. May have whipped it around a little bit more than I would have liked, but didn't think I whipped it that hard. I'm gonna back up a little bit and then... Why is this like... I feel like that's a little bit more than I intended. But you got it. Maybe a bit low on blood. I mean, my character is hungry, so that could do something. But anyways, I'm gonna put this ship away. Did I have any? What's going on? Why can't I run? I don't know, for some reason I was not able to run, but I don't have any cargo back here. I didn't think so, but I just wanted to make sure before putting that away. I want to put my ship away and then I'm going to deliver the data drive. I don't expect it to pay too well, but at least it was a slight change of pace. I thought that was a good mission overall. Like going in there, having to fight your way through, get to the data drive, download all the information. I think that's a really cool like addition. Which kind of makes Nyx a little bit more dynamic when it comes to some of the mission types. So I can definitely appreciate it. Now I think I have to come over here and then deliver the drive somewhere. That was a yes. That was a definite yes, but I have to go downstairs. I don't want to. I will, but this just... Okay, so here's my issue with the central lift. It's not entirely intuitive because 90% of the game, elevators or doors or anything like that, you go up to them and you can press enter and you can get in here. Sorry, I'm trying not to be in your way. Still, don't. No, stop it.
The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily.
Okay, so that wasn't it. Which level? I think it's supposed to be the Grand Barrier level, but all the other lifts in the game, you basically...
Capsule approaching station momentarily. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
You basically go up to them, press the button, and then it comes to you. However, this one is controlled by the server, and it's very odd. Like, it's one of the only elevators in the game that does that, and it throws everybody off. Okay, give me this, please, and then oops. Okay, here is the data drive. I have it in my hands. I'm going to place it into here. And then it just magically, yep, it automatically resolves itself and everything is... Oh, I got the Strata Lake blueprint. Very nice. I've earned the Aerial Helmet. Access it at a destination freighter elevator. You know what? Let's go grab that real quick. Actually, no, I have to. Aerial Court. Okay, so I just got rewards for completing that quest. Or is that just like ranking up? No, I don't think I ranked up just yet, but I think it was doing it for the first time. Got me all that, so that's cool at least. But I think that's gonna do it for this stream. I'm going to try to come back to like, I want to do it daily. We'll see how that goes, but I want to start doing more streams. Start getting back into that. And
wanted to let you know that everything checked out. Consider the contract complete.
that sounds good. Thank you. And also, who is flying the Constellation? You sorry soul. But I wanted to say thank you to Alpha, Blue Nova, Allison, Radiking, 11 Pompon, Philip, Pineapple. Let's see, who else is here? Barely Human. JD. Let's see, who else here? Fan of Fuses. Alpha. Nero, Pure Tides. CMK. Vivid Alchemist. Scattered Ceremony. Psychotic Nova. I think that's how you say it. Fear. Blue Saber. Northern Sails. Legionum. I wanted to say thank you to each and every single one of you pilots. It's always a pleasure to fight by your side. And as always, this has been callsign Oni-chan, signing out.